I think I need it. It's gonna be my little safety blanket.
Like there's like a fly that's like all over this area.
Right, because you're the buzz of the town.
Okay, so you're directing, you're gonna let everyone know that cameras are rolling?
Jump!
All right, I'm sitting here with Mr. Nelson. Thank you for sitting down with me for this interview for the school project.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna break you in, get you nice and just ready for the interview. So if you were to drop a mixtape, what would you call it? I'm intrigued.
Unfair trades.
Okay. So for the people that didn't see before, I was getting a lot of animosity between Mr. Byrne and Mr. Nelson here, and I'm wondering what that's about. Can you care to go in on that?
Well, I went for a trade earlier this week. He sent me a response, offering Adrian Peterson, saying that it was going to be okay if we, get something going as far as the conversation to get it going. And he basically just traded away Eli Manning. Well, no, not Eli Manning. It was Peyton Manning for someone else. But I actually put Peyton Manning in the package deal, and I got screwed.
I understand your anger. After looking at, I was checking ESPN before this, Adrian Peterson, #1 in rushing yards. I mean, he seems like a desirable player. How far are you willing to go for him?
As far as it goes.
Okay.
As far as it takes me. It's like, seriously. I was trying to give him an almond joy, and he didn't take it. That's unfair. He said he wanted an almond joy. I told him I would buy him an almond joy, and he still rejected my trade. And guess what? He gives in to Arnoldy.
To Arnoldy.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say to him?
I feel like I was sniped.
Fair enough. Okay, let's get into this. Growing up, where did you grow up? The great Nelly D, young.
Los Angeles, California.
What was that like? Was it good, bad, scary, nice?
Los Angeles was a different place compared to when I actually moved out. I actually moved to Corona, California. So basically, with staying out in California and in Los Angeles, it was a little rough because things were done a little differently. People were involved in gangs, actually influenced to join gangs, and if they didn't join the gangs, then they were either teased or bullied. Unfortunately for me, I had an older brother. I had a father also that was raised in the same area, so a lot of people really left me alone. But when I moved out to Corona, California, things got a little easier, and then I ended up moving back later on. But by that time, I was 17.
Okay. So along the lines of your childhood, what was your childhood hero when you were growing up? Who did you look up to?
To my brother. Actually, he was like my second dad. He took care of me when it came to helping me develop as a person. When my dad wasn't around, when he was gone at work, my brother basically shaped me to be the person that you see today. He actually pushed me a lot. So.
Okay, so did he play baseball for you? Is that why you started?
Yes, actually, I watched my dad. My dad played softball, but I watched my brother play baseball. I actually sold his 2 balls that he hit in the Little League World Series. Well, not Little League World Series. It was like Little League series that we had. It was a championship series for the city, and he hit 2 home runs, and I sold them for chili Fritos and a hot dog.
Was it worth it? Do you feel it was worth it?
Yes.
How tasty were those chili Fritos?
It was awesome.
Okay. So how much work did you put in, like when you started playing baseball, to like get to the level that you were to get drafted?
I put in a lot of work, a lot of hours. I sucked for a little bit also. Like, I was very intimidated of players that were bigger than me. It wasn't the fact that they were better than me. It was that they were bigger than me and they could hit the ball further than me. And when you're watching home runs and guys on TV that are big and huge and they're hitting balls all over the place, out of the ballpark, and then you're playing against guys that can do that and you can't, sometimes that could become intimidating. And that was one of the intimidating things for me, was dealing with kids like that. So I basically had to put forth a lot more effort and pay attention to my technique and skills so I can develop into a better baseball player.
All right, and along that, how hard was it? How much work did you have to put in to climb the minor league levels?
Well, it took me a while to actually get up there. I made a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. A lot of fun that I did have turned out to be kind of like my downfall, and it held me back. Believing that I was better than everybody else when I wasn't doing the right things, that basically spoke volumes to them more so than my talent on the field. So when they paid attention to that instead of what I was doing on the field, they hindered me. They stopped paying attention to what I could do on the field. So I always bring this up to all the students that in 2010 things changed for me. I woke up that it's nobody else's fault but mine if things don't pan out for me, and I never believed that until then.
Okay, but I mean, after climbing up the minors, you have achieved one of the greatest accolades in all of baseball, the Web Gem. How did it feel to get your own Web Gem? How was that?
Actually, that was great. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Facebook. If there was Twitter at that time, I'd probably been the most popular player out there just because of that. Because my parents, my family, people that I went to high school with, everybody was actually paying attention and watching. And when I got my opportunity, I was on MLB.com, and that was awesome. And I still have it. I still show kids to this day just to show them that, hey, with hard work and dedication, this is what you can accomplish. I know it was only for 15 minutes, but that's my 15 minutes I get to keep with me forever.
How are you feeling about this year's baseball team? How are they coming along?
They're coming along. To be honest with you, I'm happy to see that there's a few kids that are coming out there that, let's just say, that haven't really played baseball in a while or never played baseball, that are willing to learn. And that's all I want. All I want is players that are going to be willing to learn, deal with the adversity, because I use a lot of adversity out there. That's how most of the players developed in the first place. And they're coming along very well. Some of the kids are, I believe around 4 or 5 of them are being recruited by other colleges. And one for sure, I know for sure, and there's a lot of other people that believe the same thing, that have an opportunity to play at the next level. But I believe that there could be more. It just comes with time and work ethic.
Okay. You've been coaching lately. Do you feel that that's your calling for what you want to do as a profession for the rest of your life until you retire, or are you seeing yourself somewhere else?
I would always love to go back. I'm 31 now, but I'm out of shape, so I can't really get out there and run with those guys like that. They'll run circles around me. I'll pull a hamstring. It would be pretty bad. But coaching is something that I really love to do. I love to inspire kids to be better than where they are at, to keep pushing forward. Because you can always get down on yourself, and sometimes I didn't have a coach that was there to motivate me to be better. And so I think it's a great gig to have at this time.
Yeah. So I want to get along those lines. Future Nelly, where do you see yourself in 10 years, Mr. Nelson?
Either here, I'll be either here coaching still. Should have my degree or master's. and or coaching somewhere on TV. I'm always striving to advance myself and take my talents to a higher level. Always.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. Who do you think's gonna win the playoffs? Who are you picking for the MLB playoffs?
Ooh. Wow. Well, the Yankees just got knocked out. That was my team. I knew they wasn't gonna make it anyway. I don't want to say this. I'm not gonna say Cubs, but the Cubs look really good right now, and I'm gonna take the Cardinals though. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
And last question, probably the most hard-hitting question that I'm gonna hit you with today. Do you feel that cheer is or is not a sport?
I believe cheer is a sport. The reason why is because they're running, they're doing cartwheels, they're actually everything is coordinated. They have their plays also that they do, which are drills and things like that. Require a lot of hand and eye coordination when trying to hold somebody up, balance. It takes a lot to do cheer, and I do challenge some of these people that say that cheer is not a sport to try to do it themselves.
I'd be happy to try and do it. Just saying.
Not want to see that at all. But if you want to try that out, go on ahead. It's pretty difficult. You can do the split.
Have you tried it?
No. Can you do the splits?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's rough.
All right. Thank you for sitting down and having this talk.